try to take us over here. I saw this building on fire, and it looked like it was a taller building when I was headed to the doctor's about an hour ago. And so I thought I would come over and explore because it's still sending up smoke. Right there we can see the water tower. We're going the opposite direction, and you can see the smoke coming up in the distance. Like I said, it looked like a taller building that was smoking when I was driving by. There's my water tower. That's a landmark for all of us. Smoke's up ahead. Straight ahead. We're on 3rd Street, I believe. Maybe 4th. 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 4th. I'll tell you for sure in a little bit. It's the street we normally travel down. 3rd Street. I was right the first time. Or not. Alright. Wait till we get a little bit closer. Helicopter flying over towards it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Not that that has anything to do with it. But we'll let it run here for a second. Now can't see anything. Alright, we just passed Tippecanoe on 3rd Street, and you can see the smoke there. It's still billowing. The helicopter did fly around it, but I don't see it now. Anyway, we're headed that way, so might as well go a little further and see what's up with it. Getting a little closer to whatever it is, or wherever it is. We're coming up on downtown. There's the courthouse right there on the left, the big tall building. Anyway, we'll see what we get a little bit further on. There you get another look at it, pumping out smoke. This fire engine is returning, so maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe it's a practice fire. I don't know. We'll see pretty soon. Maybe not. You can see it see it right through that gap there where that tree is. It's billowing up. Turning on Court Street, which is a short street. I'm trying to figure out how to get down to where I want to get down to. I don't know that I can. You got the smoke billowing over there, right beyond that one building. Why don't we go this route? I want to shut it off. All right, we turned on 4th Street, and obviously this is where the fire is. You can see them pouring water onto some building. Down there. We're going to head over this way. A fire truck coming at us. Another one right behind him. We're going to go down 6th Street and see if we see anything. The other street was so blocked up with people, cars, and everything else, I don't think we could have gotten a view of anything. So we'll turn here. It's right down the street there. So just in case you're wondering, that is the public library over there for San Bernardino. Right adjacent to it, across the street or catty corner, is the San Bernardino County Schools office. I'm not going to reverse my. All right. Fire down there. We got a ladder going up somewhere. Not sure where, but maybe we can see it a little more if I turn it. This is 5th and whatever along East Street. So this goes by the back side of where the old mall used to be. So this may be part of that old mall burning up here. I don't know. Take a look when we get over a little bit further. Blocked off here. Can't see what's burning, can you? Oh, it is. It looks like it's the old parking structure back there. Alright, what do we see here? We see a lot of emergency vehicles. We see the fire and smoke coming out of the end of the parking structure. that stop sign, and then I got to turn around and come back. Smoke coming out there. You can see it building out of the top. See a couple of the, well, there's the one that's squirting water on it right there. So you can see that through it. Can't see the flames inside it, so it must be on the other side. I didn't think the parking structure went all the way through, but it must. What happens is they have vagrants in there, and somehow they found some place to light on fire. There you can see another one over on the left pumping water on it. The one right here in the center is pumping water on it. Today is February 9, 2026. We're at the parking structure that was by the J.C. Penney's for the old Carousel Mall. You can see the smoke is billowing. I didn't think they were going to pull that structure down, although I think they've had it closed, so I guess they weren't going to use it any longer. I think that's the Pennies over there, if I remember, but I can't because it's been a long time since I've been here. There, they've gotten a little more smoke going. That's cool right there with the smoke and the water and the mountain with a little tiny bit of snow left on it. This is the old Carousel Mall. This is the parking structure that used to be down by Pennies, and it wasn't Nordstrom's. What was it? Gosh, I can't remember the name of the store. It was at this end of the mall. Good view of the water coming there. There's another one on the left-hand side. I don't know if that big tall tower or that crane in the middle is shooting water. I can't see any water coming out from the one that's the tall one that you just see the tip of it right now on the left-hand side. The wind shifted, so I get a better view of the one straight ahead. Carousel Mall shut down years ago, and they weren't sure what they were going to do with it. At one time, they actually thought they were going to build a new city hall at the end that's behind me, closer to the freeway end. And they had plans for a big park and all these other things, because this is kind of the city center. Yeah, you can see buildings that are around. And so they were going to try to incorporate it and make a cool thing, but you know, it takes money to do that. So I don't know what they're going to do anymore. But they've gotten rid of some of the structures. You know, the buildings are gone. Oh, now you can see the one over there shooting water. The one over here on the left-hand side, up above. It is shooting water, I can see it. You can see it better now. Maybe they didn't have the water coming out of it before. That would be my guess. It's pumping water now. You can't see the lower one pumping water right now, because there was one that was a little lower that was pumping water. Can't see the one on the right-hand side in the middle area. The water looked like it was dribbling down. Maybe they're having water supply issues, who knows. Something got white smoke right there. Is that good or bad? Happy or sad? Don't know. Now the one on the right is still pumping water. You just put it into more of a straight stream. Cut it off every once in a while. All the emergency vehicles over there blocking the street. So poor people like me can't get through it. Now I gotta turn around and drive home. So we're going to do that now. We've been here long enough. So there you can see the one in the middle. It's getting clear a little bit. The one on the right-hand side is doing a good job. But that one that's in the middle there is really pumping water on it. That's in the middle right there. Where's my finger? Middle. This is the right. There was a little one over here on the left, but I can't see that one anymore. This used to be called the Carousel Mall or the Inland Center. No, this was the Carousel Mall. where the Central City Inland Center is still open a little bit. And it was a big mall. It was bigger than Inland Center. It was a hub of fun shopping because it was a large place. It had lots of stores in its heyday. They called it the Carousel Mall because they actually had a carousel inside, and that made it whatever it made it. I don't know. But this used to be a really nice penny store to come shopping at for school clothes and special occasions. Sometimes they had things you couldn't get at other places around pennies. Oh, can't see the white in the center any longer. Oh, you can see water coming from it, though. They've moved the head of it. So if the wind clears a little bit, we'll be able to see it. That's a tall one. My goodness. That must be the one they spent all the money on. But you can see the water coming through the smoke there. Must have found a hot spot they wanted to work on. Thing's putting out one heck of a lot of water compared to the one on the right. Central City Mall, fire in the parking structure on E Street. Probably, like I said, homeless people or just people goofing off inside, because that happened in there. It used to be kind of a scary, dangerous place to go. I've watched other videos where people travel around and have gone through it. That's what happens when you have a vacant structure and you let people live in it or go in it unattended. You might smoke to see much of anything. Oh, there they got the one. You can see the one on the right bumping out a little more. Oh man, that one in the center there, he's really shooting water. They must have finally found the right water lines. Alrighty. Oh, they're crisscrossing their water. Must both be looking for the same spot. You can see that one over there in the center just pouring water. It could be that the one on the right has a more focused spray, but I don't think so. I think that one's just putting out way more water. And we can't see the one that's coming up off the ground. They had one shooting from the left. It was much lower, probably up the top of the truck. Oh, that's cool with crisscross right there in the middle. There you can see somebody shooting water up from below. It just came at the bottom there. You can see the water coming up from below. There you can see it again. Ah, they're really pumping water out of that big one. I'm hoping that the air will clear and we'll be able to see the lower one. Maybe not, maybe so. All right, it's 3:03. I need to do something besides sit here and watch the fire. Although I really don't have much else to do. Look over a little bit more this way. That's some theater. I can't remember the name of it. They rebuilt it or redid it so that it was like a big downtown theater. They were supposed to have all sorts of things there, special movies and special event things. And then of course it's in downtown San Bernardino. Who wants to take their life in their own hands just to go see something like that? Pumping water. See the one coming up a little bit better there. Wind shifted a little. Nice picture of the three of them. There's a nice view with San Bernardino in the background. I was saying that earlier. I don't know that it's coming through. Emergency vehicles blocking the street. This is the Central City Mall, or the Carousel Mall, and the parking area, which would have been close to where Penny's was. I drove all the way over here because I wanted to see what the smoke was, because it was pretty clear at the time. Now it's pretty smoky around, hazy. Just fun to watch the water, but I got more better things to do. I gotta go home and sit on the couch. It looks like there's a guy up on top of that. I can't see that well. Maybe I can zoom into it when I go to videotape it. It may just be the way the arm is moving. But it actually looked like there was a guy up there moving from side to side. I thought those were all remote controlled. But I don't know because I'm not a fireman. But it looks like there's a guy standing up there on the end. He had to climb all the way up there. He's got to have air on oxygen. All right. Oh, there is a guy on the other one too. You can see him. I can't zoom in anymore. You can see him. He stood up or stood. There's another guy coming up behind him. Maybe he's going to trade places or what. I don't know. You can see there's two up there now. Maybe three. I can't see that well. So they do have people up there guiding the water. That's not a remote control thing. It just seems kind of dangerous to have a guy up there shooting water over a fire in case something explodes or whatever, and you got a guy up there that high in the air. I'm in the Central City parking lot, or the Carousel Mall parking lot. I came over here to see what was burning, and it's the parking structure that was next to where Penny's was. And I was watching the two ladder trucks with the water pumping down on them. I'm gonna head home now. They had the street all blocked up, all emergency vehicles there. I came up the other way, of course, and so they were all blocked to the other side. I had a video, I think, of that while I was sitting at the stoplight. But there's actually guys up on those ladders. Yeah, you can see them. I didn't know that. Then I saw one guy moving over on the one in the center. It looked like a guy. And then I saw this other one. The fellow was walking up behind, it looked like. The other fellow that's up there. So that's interesting. Maybe his oxygen tank needs to be exchanged or something. Anyway, I'm going to head home now. I just wanted to share this little bit of excitement. I'm at the Carousel Mall, which was Central City Mall, and I'm parked just where the Pennies would have been, right over there, and watching this parking structure burn. You can see them dumping water on it now. I saw this when I first went to the doctor at about 1:10, and then I came back out about 2:30 and it was still burning, so I thought I'd come see what it was. Now I am. It's kind of neat. If you look, there's guys standing on the ladders. I didn't know they had guys up there. I thought it was a remote control thing. Got the streets all blocked off. They're doing a good job of knocking it down. It was really smoky. You couldn't see some of it before, but you can see it now. Cool view with San Bernardino in the background. Hoorah. Alright, I'm going to call it quits and head home now. Enough excitement for the day. I'll try to put this big video I had together, but I did it in 4K and so it wouldn't let me share it. Looking down the street, all blocked off. They're knocking it down pretty good. I'm at 5th Street. I'm gonna head home. Oh, gotta watch out for somebody in a wheelchair. Everybody's good. My turn. We'll take a picture as we get up here from this side. I don't think you'll be able to see anything. Neat old church over there. We got nothing there. East Street. Oh, there's police blocking it. Or somebody. There you can see the lights down the street. If you can see. I couldn't look. I've made videos driving down 5th Street. But that's where I am. I wouldn't really like to have my car break down around here. This is where that park is. Seacombe Lake. You know, they actually have fish in there. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, oh, look at, I don't know if those are homeless or maybe they're school students waiting for something to happen. I don't know. Looking across at the park, Seacombe Park. This, I think, is where those people that killed a bunch of people threw their cell phones into the water so that no one could get to the information. They don't have any grass because the homeless all cut the wires so they could use the electricity for their whatever they wanted to use it for, and no one did anything, and so it just ended up going to pot. That's the way the city saw it. Anyway, I got to drive home. Got to have both hands. Just thought I'd share. Coming up on Waterman, so we're making distance. Oh, there's Jimmy's Liquor. I made a thing about Jimmy's Liquor and all the corner liquor stores. You can't just call it Jimmy's Market. You got to call it liquor because the people that need the liquor, they won't know there's liquor there if you don't put that word with the store name. So if they put Jimmy's Market, what would be the point? No one would come in there and buy anything. They have to have liquor. Anyway, I ramble. I got people behind me and I'm in the wrong lane, and they're probably wondering why, and they're mad at me and cussing me out. Oh, pretty view of the mountain ahead of us. All right, enough for chatting for now. Pretty drive coming down 5th Street. It's quiet. There's not a lot of traffic, which is, well, it's 3:20. I would expect a little more. Maybe they're all wanting to go over and watch the fire. The mountains aren't real clear because when you got the smoke, but you also had a haze with some clouds. Oh, there's Five Boys Liquor. I missed that one. Yep. If you want liquor, you got to go to Five Boys Liquor because that's where you're going to find some liquor to get. It's not Five Boys Market, it's Five Boys Liquor. Everything in there is made to be liquor because we want to get liquored up. So we got to call it that. I actually like driving down this street, although, like I said, I really wouldn't want to break down. But it's fun to see different stuff, places that are different from where I live. Of course, I live like 4 miles over there and 2 miles. I don't know how far it is. Here's the water facility. That's the East Valley Water District. It used to be someplace else. And there's where they store drinking water or filtered or do something. Oh, now there is a mini market. They don't sell liquor over there. I don't know what they sell, because if they did put it on the sign, people aren't going to go in there. My gosh, I bet that place doesn't do any business. Everybody goes to the other corners where they're selling liquor, because my gosh, you want to get the liquor. You don't want just a market. They sell food there. Who wants to buy food? You buy snacks to go with your liquor. There's the airport over there, and this property right in through here, and over here on this side used to be base housing, and part of the base as well. I don't know if the stuff on the left, but I think it was. I know this stuff that's over here on the right used to be part of base housing, and they tore everything out, and now what you got is nothing. Just an open field, but that's good. Gotta have open fields. All right, there's the water tower. I'm gonna call it quits here for a minute. Picture the water tower across the way. Monument that I have in a lot of my videos, because I usually am over there on 3rd Street, which goes beside it. But now I'm on 5th Street because of that fire. That was how I ended up where I am. Oh, this is a bumpy part of the road. Yep. All right, we got another liquor store. I can't even read the sign from where I am. MG Market and Liquor. And they sell beer and wine. Well, at least they got market in there, so you might think they sell food, something besides just liquor, so that people can get liquored up. I just have a rant on that, so I go with it. Here's a rental place I end up coming and renting stuff from every once in a while. Get my propane filled there when they're open, or they have propane. Got a couple times they were out. And I'm coming up closer to where I live. You should recognize this place if you watch any of my other videos. Farmer's Market or Farmer Boys Hamburgers. They redid this whole section of street. Look, that guy must be spraying something. Either that or he just walks around town. Oh no, he is. Walks around town with a sprayer and just sprays things. Yep, he's doing a good job of cleaning crap up. Just kick it out in the street. That's good. He'll probably be right. I have to assume the best. And coming up on one of my favorite spots, which I've done videos about, it's the metal building over there. I love that thing. I think it's just cool because it's something from the past that's still standing. Anyway, coming up here you can see the freeway, see where I'm going to get on. San Bernardino in the distance. And I think we're going to call it quits there and wrap it up. Oh, gotta look over here at the mountain. Butt rub over there. We live just a little bit over there, if you can see in the center. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up here. So I love you guys. Take care now.